Cornel West made his announcement on social media. The progressive scholar and activist says he's running as a presidential candidate for the People's Party.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my...
Yo, what's good, y'all? Gravitating away, man. I'm over here again for y'all GATV family, man. But check me out. I just come from work, right? And I left court. And I just finished helping a youth out get situated right in this system. Because I know how it goes when nobody advocates or represents us. So that's what I do in real life. You know, I work with the courts in my youth advocacy movement. And I'm feeling so good. I come home and the Democrats are at it again with the coon circus. Who does these ringmasters bring out? Well, let me play the clip and then we'll jump back in.
In these bleak times, I have decided to run for truth and justice, which takes the form of running for president of the United States as a candidate for the People's Party.
So y'all see for yourself. One of the top coons himself, Cornel West, sold his soul, man. And now Cornel West was a brother that I really used to pay attention to growing up. I love the way he speak, as we all do, in terms of great orators. They capture our minds, our attention, the way they speak. But as I was getting older, I realized a lot of the men that I looked up to are just that. They're talkers. And the reason of how I found out that they're just talkers is when I started putting in real work, real grassroots work. That's why when I come on YouTube, I may not get the best views, the most views, but I know the message I put out is potent. And the reason why it's potent, because behind me is the actual work outside of this YouTube thing, outside of whoever I talk to. It's the real groundwork. So Cornel West is running for president, y'all. Cornel the Scholar West is running for president. You guys may not understand this, but see, the Democrats are running low right now. They're like 30 points low for the presidency. Just like in '84 they threw out a monkey wrench in Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson knew he was not going to win that presidency. This is called splitting of the votes. They threw out in '88 again Jesse Jackson, so he ran twice, '84 and '88. Fast forward, the former but now anorexic wannabe Baptist preacher, verified FBI agent, rather informant, Al Sharpton, not so long ago he ran for president. Another Democratic gimmick. So this is about revitalizing black people to go vote, as some are saying. I don't see it as that. Even if that's what it is, it's more of a con game. Cornel West jumps out, he's running for president. This brother, man, one of the best talkers in history, but groundwork, nothing to show for it. The Democrats think you guys are nothing but children. Who else do you run game on but a child? This is what the Democrats think of you. And before I go further on, I want to see what our good Dr. Umar Johnson got to say real quick.
That he's doing this so that certain issues are highlighted. Cornel, to his credit, Dr. West, has been a strong critic of both the Democratic and the Republican Party.
I gotta pause that one. That is not entirely true, and it's because Dr. Umar Johnson sincerely respects Cornel West. but understand Cornel West's entire history. While yes, he does, laments on both parties' failures to the black community, but he's highly extreme against the Republicans. He basically coddles the failures that the Democrats gives black people time and time again. So let's get that straight, Doctor.
Strong critic. He's been a great critic of the Democratic and Republican machines. So him running for president on the surface is not a bad thing. It could be a good thing because it's going to force a lot of issues to the table that normally would not be discussed. Because he is relatively popular, he is well known, Dr. Cornel West. If he runs for president, his voice will be paid attention to. His voice will be paid attention to. And in raising his voice to address certain issues, the issues that Dr. West will discuss that they have been ignoring, okay? He will force issues to the table that the Democrats and the Republicans don't want to address. So from that perspective, I welcome.
Hey, let's go ahead and do some straightening around here. We got to do some straightening. I always hear this all the time. The issues both parties have, but it's kind of disingenuous for anybody black that votes Democrat their entire life to talk about the other side when, hey man, you should only be talking about the Democrats because you only vote Democratic. Black people as a whole, damn near 90% or if not higher, only votes Democratic the last 80 years. So it's like, what do you have to say about the other side other than what you've been conditioned to?
His candidacy. From that perspective, I welcome his candidacy, but the threat, here is the other side of the argument. Is Cornel West being used?
There we go.
By the white power structure?
Talk it.
Is Cornel West being used by the white power structure to re-energize the black vote? Because Joe Biden's points are down 30%.
All right. Those of you that think that I came on here to talk, to react to Dr. Umar's video, it's not. I'm not even trying to hold y'all long. Like I said, I just came from work and was doing some real groundwork. I actually want to chime in with my own opinions because I'm very serious about this stuff. And Dr. Umar hit it right there. It's a rhetorical question when he asks, is Cornel West being used by the white power structure? And let's make it clear, a power structure that is leaning all left. It's left. Cornel West is a Democratic tool, man. And those of you that know me heard me say this before. Be wary and be aware of those folks, those Negroes that will tell you quickly, oh, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. All right, me neither. I listed myself as an independent in my voter's registration. I'm listed as independent. But the guys that tell you that they're neither Democrat or Republican are liars. I'm telling you, they're liars. On that voter's registration card, it'll clearly say they're Democrat. Not just that, their voting history says Democrat. Like they only vote left. But I say they're the worst in this entire pot of voters in America. They're the worst because they're disingenuous. They got all these words to say about Republicans, right? But see, I'm in the business of let's make a deal. And had most of you understand let's make a deal, it's not about which side likes you the best, because I'm sure they probably both, wouldn't necessarily invite us to their Thanksgiving meals. But you guys make it about a popularity contest, and you haven't learned how to reprogram what they've been conditioned in your mind. You've been conditioned to only vote Democratic because of this popular saying, vote for the lesser of two evils. Well, since 2020, how has it been lately? How has your gas been? Your gas expenses, your food expenses, your utilities. So I'm always hearing this vote for the lesser of two evils, but we're probably at some of the worst points in history that we ever have been in since 2008 fiasco with that recession. But yet black people are still running around here talking about vote for the lesser of two evils. But I digress. Cornel West represents all of these black leaders that speaks well but have no work to show for it. They have no groundwork to show for it. None whatsoever. They speak well, so it captures your minds and hearts. Once again, capitulating to the symbolism that black folks love. You love symbolics, man. You don't like actual progress, actual production. You like symbols. That's what calms you down. I mean, it's embarrassing, man. Cornel West being the face of now this Democratic coon show, this circus, man. A lot of you brothers, even on YouTube, you like to talk about one side. And then my favorite, oh, none of them are doing anything. Cut it out. You still vote left. You've absolved the right to talk about an argument from both sides of the mouth, or rather on the other side of the aisle. Stick to the aisle you know best. You vote one way. You talk about everything the Republicans aren't doing, but forgetting for the fact that these Democrats haven't given you any promises, haven't kept rather any promises they've made for you. 80 years been voting one way. This is another tool they're throwing at you, a monkey wrench, dare I say, no pun intended. It's embarrassing, honestly. That's a brother, Cornel West, I really used to respect. But for you to come out of nowhere, and in terms of timeline of national elections, which is right around the corner, that is literally coming out of nowhere saying you're running for president. What is this supposed to mean even? What is this supposed to mean even? I'm sure there's some type of symbolism behind this, but aren't you guys tired of that? Someone throwing their hat in the ring. You might as well have voted for Kanye West, honestly. Last go around when he threw his hat in the ring. Nah, man, there's something sincerely wrong with us that we keep falling for these okie dokes, man. It's embarrassing at this point. This is the best we can do. Cornel West, clearly you have made your bed with them Democrats, bro. And all of you YouTubers who only know how to talk on one side of your mouth about one aisle, but that same party, that plantation you're in, this Democratic plantation you're in, it's almost like your tongue is tied to speak the truth about them. So you're a part of the problem too. All of you guys that, you know, I love these guys again, you know, they love to tell you, hey man, while I'm not a Republican and I don't really necessarily call myself a Democrat, I'm just telling you the Republicans are evil. How have you been living lately? As a matter of fact, in the entire almost 80-year record of voting Democratic, how has your life been, honestly? Or the most prominent point, how has black people's lives been under Democrats? You've watched your families go from being the nuclear family, and we were the best nuclear family. The morals we kept. Us as black people has conservative views. But you letting these people fool you and make it about popularity contests. Here's my suggestion, whether you want to follow me or not. The first step to being free, man, on your voter's registration, list yourself as an independent. That's number one. Number two, look at the party at that certain time period of elections that's going to be best for your interests, yours and your family and your people's, man. And I can wholeheartedly say it is not the Democrats. You guys are forgetting the politics of let's make a deal. You just give away your votes to them. Then you're the same ones that come back and complain and won't do nothing about it. You know, you guys are as just disgusting as the whole 2004 Vote or Die movement by P. Diddy. Vote or die. That's just funny. I don't know, man. This was truly embarrassing to see. Even him announcing it sounded comical as fuck, yo. Like, what? Like, is this what it's about? I'm sick of this, man. Stop being afraid and say, man, I might vote Republican and I don't care who call me an Uncle Tom or a coon. It ain't about loving people. It's about who's gonna help my own people. And you guys tend to forget this stuff. because you're still in the high school mindset of a popularity contest. Wake up, man. It's gravitating away, man. Hopefully, man, I got some of y'all to wake up. But, man, just roll your eyes when you see that coon circus show that the Democrats just threw at you with Cornel West running for president. I mean, I think I've seen it all at this point, but keep voting Democratic, man. They're looking at us as a joke, guys. Nowhere in history has a group of people voted one way. So this is my last, thought that I have on this entire matter. Think about it in this way, y'all. Maybe this way you'll feel me better. Imagine people that's on top of a hierarchy promising all type of stuff. Do you think they'll deliver knowing you're gonna vote for them anyways? Think about that. They hear your complaints, they don't care. Yeah, man, I'd rather argue that. It's not that they don't hear you complaining. Your Democratic love affair that's been going on is to a detriment. They hear you complaining, they don't care. And the real reason why is because they know you're going to vote for them anyways. You're gonna vote for them anyways. Wake up, man. Like, for real.